Hello, it's me, Dunleavy4. I'm on a boat, and this is episode 25. That's a big deal for me. I can't believe I've made 25 episodes. Well, I guess I've only made 24, but I'm making the 25th one right now. I'm so excited for today. This is the episode I've really been looking forward to because I wanted to do a world tour where I show off everything that I've made so far. That involves some things we may have already seen if you've watched other videos, and also some surprises because I do some work off camera sometimes just to kind of tweak things and edit and all that stuff. So I thought it'd be fun to start on our boat because we came from behind me when we originally spawned in this world. We were like way on another island somewhere, and we rode all the way to here. And I thought it'd be nice to kind of arrive where we arrived before. So this is a little man-made basalt region that I made here. I took this resource from the Nether, and I thought it'd be nice to have like a little beach. This area reminds me of Iceland a little bit because we have ice in front of us here, and I wanted to kind of tie the area together a little bit. So I made a little basalt column beach right there. And then we arrived right here where this first house is. And of course I made all this though. I made this dock, which I really like. Has a little area, staging area there. And this whole island I really recreated. I made this rock feature down here. I tried to keep the mushroom that was on it and incorporate it into our builds as I did with a lot of other things. I made a little well back here. Thought was really cute. Here's a cute little cooking area I made because I didn't want to put a kitchen inside the house. So I made all these smokers, and you can see I have some dried kelp in there right now because I took a lot of kelp out of the ocean because it was just kind of running rampant and it looked really messy. And now it's more open and we can really enjoy how stunning I think it looks there without the distraction. And this is Imelda Finkelstein, one of our dogs. Hi Imelda, she's a good girl. And this is our starter house. We haven't been in here in so long, but I thought it'd be nice to show off one more time in case it's anyone's first time seeing it. I used stairs in the detail a lot to kind of make little windows without making formal windows. I thought that was kind of cute. And we made a balcony on top of the mushroom, and we call it chocolate balcony because these look like chocolate on the side. And it gives us a little view of everything and everything to come, of course. So let's run back out. And I think we should look at the farming area first, which is over here. So I made all this pathway, this cute little bridge, and a little slope up here. We have some pumpkins and melons growing on the side that I used to harvest by hand a lot, but now we have automatic ones. But I thought they still looked cute, so I didn't move them. And I made a little shack that goes between these mushrooms here, which I thought was really cute to kind of tie the area together. And I put an automatic composter here. So it's that really classic design where we just kind of put anything we want in there to compost. Well, not anything. You can't compost everything, of course, in Minecraft and real life. But it all comes through here, and then it makes bone meal for us so we can use it to grow things quickly. And some of the things we grow are our crops. So here's some potatoes that I like to pick up every once in a while. I made these little circles for all the crops. So each crop has its own little crop circle, which I thought was punny of me. And carrots in this one here. I thought it was really nice. And I threw in some beehives that I found when exploring. So we have bees that help pollinate all these flowers and these crops here so everything grows quickly. And we have a little berry bush farm here, which we don't really need because they don't fill you up that much. The only thing I would love Minecraft is if we could pick these and make wine with them. So I have that. I'm just hoping one day we can make wine with them. That would be awesome because then me and Lord Snugglesworth the fourth here could have happy hour on the island. Hi sheep, coming in. All right, here's our little open pasture where we have some sheep. I've dyed them different colors so I can get different wools, and I come here and shear them sometimes. And then this isn't really for young children, but we have a cow crusher here, so we feed them and they get too crammed up and then they die, and then we get their beef. Eee, that's awkward and cruel, but so is eating this filet mignon. So tasty. All right, so they're doing well up here. I'm looking at this area down here, and I think I want to start building around there next. I'd love to make an automatic shearing farm for the sheep so I can get lots of different wools. I think that'd be really nice. The other really adorable thing I've made here off camera that I've been really excited to show off is this little house. It's very flat on this side. Maybe I do need to tweak a little bit, but on this side it's really cute. It's just this tiny little shack where we have a bed that we can sleep in. Sometimes when I'm over here farming, it becomes nighttime and I don't want to risk any monsters popping up and surprising me, so sleeping through the night in the area really helps me out. And I've kind of fenced off the whole area up here, and I'm pretty sure it's all safe. Nothing can get here. And if we just come out and descend this little hill, we can see a gorgeous cornfield here. I love this. Normally in the game, this is beetroot, but I'm using a texture pack that makes it corn, and I love corn, so that's great. And it's much cuter. It's really pretty. It gives a nice, really like rolling hills look to it, which I absolutely love. Something else I want to kind of work in eventually is maybe a path through the forest. I don't want to like deforest this whole area. So I thought maybe we could make almost a nice walking path, and it could connect up with the automatic sheep shearing farm over that way. If we come around the cornfield here, you can see the mine area that I made. This I've done a lot of work on too. I made some little detail out here, like, you know, end of the day we didn't really clean up maybe. It's all here. Looks good. And we have a big staircase down with a little rail system just in case we want to shoot up some of the resources we got, like that. And I've kind of just messily carved out the face of this here and threw in little like details. Well, not throw, I would say I was more like the Oprah Winfrey of lanterns here. I really put them everywhere. Everyone got a lantern. But I also added in all these little supports. I thought it was cute, like maybe we started mining in areas and we weren't finding what we were looking for, so we kind of kept going lower and lower until we made it all the way down, which is pretty far because in this game you need to get down to 11 to get diamonds, which is where all this strip mining came in. I went really far back there, and I probably don't need to mine for a while because we have a lot of resources. But that's my little mining area. And we can run up our rickety little stairs here. Little bouncing, it's okay. And this little bridge also connects us to our mainland, but there's one thing to look at before, which is one of my favorite things we've built, is this little spa. So I put some soul sand here to make little bubble columns and added in a lot of like mossy cobblestone and dirt, sea pickles, bamboo, vines, shroom lights, leaves hanging, so it looks really natural, and it looks like a nice natural little hot spring where we kind of come to relax after a hard day of Minecrafting. And I absolutely love it in here. I wish I had this in real life. So we just got a good night's sleep and we're ready to continue on, check out the rest of our builds. Let's get back on the boat. And we're actually going to go to this sinister looking iceberg here. All these icebergs here were really nice, and I thought this one would be a nice place to house our nether portal. So the nether portal allows us to go to another dimension where I got a lot of these blocks that I used in decorating this area here. I thought it'd be cool to make it look like this area kind of is starting to bleed into the real world. So I put a lot of blackstone, gilded blackstone, nether brick, and soulfire and lanterns. And I love it, love it, love it. And a little surprise back here. It's really cute. I made another balcony. I guess I love balconies, don't I? But we can kind of see the area. It's almost like another base. And I made a bedroom just in case it is night out when I come back to this world. It's nice to just be able to sleep right away and avoid any monsters. And I want to show you what's inside the nether. This is another thing I'm really proud of, because when you spawn in the nether like we just did, it's usually very dangerous. If we look out our observation window here, you can see there's just a lot of lava, a lot of fire, and there's often a lot of bad guys, which we're not really seeing any at the moment, but it wouldn't matter because we're perfectly safe in here. And I love all this design that I did in here. We have like stairs going squiggly that way so we can still see the nether portal a little bit. I made a little bit of like a crying obsidian, platform when we get out. I just love it. And this is our trophy wall where we have our gilded blackstone and chiseled blackstone. We have an area to smelt, area to store things like our extra blocks. I've been starting very, very slowly to use them to make pathways. So when we leave, it's going to be still safe. That is almost an exact diagonal to another fortress we found where I do plan on still making a blaze farm one day. But otherwise, we're super safe in here, and that feels good. Next thing I want to show you is our storage area, because of course we get lots of resources throughout the game, and I needed a place to put them all. And this is one of my favorite things I've ever built in Minecraft, I think. It's not too big, but it's so charming. I love the brick, and I made it look like it's on a raft. So we're really in the middle of a lake here, and if I get a little farther away, I can show it a little better actually. So you can see it's rested on a bunch of logs, like a raft here, and then I used a lot of brick and stripped dark oak, and we have a chimney stack there. So many nice details. So let's park in one of the little spots here. I made a lot of different boats just to flex. I only really need one, but it's okay. But I love a lot of the details here. I have some vines and some overgrown bushes, but here's all of our treasure chests, which really show off all of our things we have. Like we have all of our flowers in this one, some nether stuff there, all of our tree types here. We have an ender chest for our things we need at a moment's notice. We have our treasure. You can see I'm super rich. I got lots of emeralds and diamonds. I took bells from towns. We have the dragon head from the ender dragon, the dragon egg from the end city. So much stuff. So much stuff. And it feels good. And then I wanted to make another little connection from this to the land. So I made this really cute bridge here, which I really like. It's a little overgrown, so it matches this. And it just takes us over to land where we have one of our first villagers here. This is actually the only villager that has a name tag and a name right now, but it's Mendy Kaling, because those of you who know the game know that this villager will trade us a mending book, which we really needed for our tools and our armor to make sure they last forever. And if any of them ever break, we can just go get another book. So that's Mendy Kaling, and they're like so happy in there, looking good. I know you don't get to leave, and I'm sorry, but you're very safe. And finally over in this area, the pièce de résistance, as they say. This is my big enchanting tree. So let's take a look on the outside real quick. I placed every block, every leaf, every flower, every bush, every pumpkin, every stone button. I'm so proud of this. I love it, love it, love it. Let's go all the way around. Oops, I'm doing some funny flying things because I have my elytra on. Sorry. But I'm just so happy with this. I think all the detail looks nice. It looks like there's something impressive on the inside. Ouch, ouch. I just fell on some berry bushes. Let me have a little steak before we go in. All right. I was also really proud of this. I made a piston door. So when we step on this pressure plate, we can go right in. And now, ta-da! We're in like a whole nother world. It feels so special in here. I used black concrete to really make it look like an infinite space. And I just kind of popped in some bookshelves every once in a while to make it look like they're floating. Actually, I'm just now noticing some spaces where I missed some concrete. After all this time, I think this was in maybe my third or fourth episode I made this. But I've added a lot of bookshelves since then. It was really minimal at first, but since I've gathered more, I've been putting them in gradually. And this is where we can do some enchanting here. You can put your tools and armor here, and it'll give them some benefits and bonuses. And I have lots of barrels and chests for storage as well. And we can go out the same way. Next big part of our adventure here is going to our village. This I'm so proud of because we really made it all on our own, and it's super fun in here. First, let's look at the wall outside. I'm starting this village wall around the whole perimeter, and I'm only building it as far as I build on the inside because making it all in one sitting would take forever and be super tedious and boring, but every few days I just add a little more, and I'm really proud of how it looks. We have just some little detail on the front, some torches hanging up on the sides, and bushes. It just looks nice and natural, not too imposing, but has a little bit of safety there. And little arrow slits. In case I go inside, I can shoot any skeletons or zombies that are trying to get in, so we can protect our villagers. The other cool thing I've done here is make a little crane, which I thought was kind of cute because it looks like maybe we, have some ships come and we load some things on and off of the ships. And if I could not be like drunk driving right now, there we go. All right. So we have another parking spot for our boat, obviously, for when we come visit. But I'm so happy with this. This is our dock, and we come on, and this is the first kind of house I made out here, actually. This was for the fishermen, and they're around somewhere. They sometimes go talk to the farmers in the farmers market, but they have their barrels here, and here's their little stall where we can come trade with them. And I put fish in an item frame on the ice, and I thought that was really cute, so it looks like we can see their stuff, and I just love it. And we also made a farmer's market here. So I made these tents and a little like trellis for the leaves to kind of grow, and I could hang a lantern there, and a little water fountain back here. See, there's the fishermen. It's so cute how they like come meet each other. But these villagers, I can trade all those crops from earlier with, and I get lots of emeralds and good stuff from them. So that's nice. We'll save that for later. Now, this was actually the very first thing we built on this part of the land, because this was something really important and something I had never done before, but I'm really proud of it. It's our villager breeder. So these two guys in there, I stole from a village that was like really far away. Well, stole's a tough word. Abducted? No. I offered them a chance at a new life, let's say that. So this is a farm, technically. It's a villager breeder, and I stole this design from Logical Geek Boy. So anything that looks kind of out of place is because it's all part of the mechanics of the farm, like that sign, these trapdoors, this little waterway, these beds just being here, this thing. So they breed together because they trade vegetables and they fall in love and they make little babies that come here, and then they grow up and they get here. As you can see, I have a lot of villagers that are ready to move in and get jobs around here. But since they were kind of our founders of our town, I named them Adam and Steve, because I just don't know if there's female villagers, so I'm just assuming they're all men. So we have like the best gay village ever, and they make all of our babies. And their first baby, of course, was Mendy Kaling, who's back there. And they make more and more all the time for us. And that's where all of our farmers came from, and our fishermen. So Adam and Steve have been pivotal in filling out our town. I love this area because if you really step off, it feels like you're walking into a town. Like you see, there's some markets, there's some hustle bustle, people here to welcome you. Adam and Steve, I thought they would be really close to the front. That way they kind of, welcome everyone to the village. And then I made these 3 houses next, which I thought were really fun. I just did 3 cozy little houses. I put a little flower up there. I wanted them all to be a little different, a little special. This one has like these 2 high windows, the ceiling's going up a little more, little cactus here. And then this one's the biggest. It has like the big vaulted ceiling with a chandelier, some plants up there, a closet. I thought that was kind of fun. And this one even has a little garden in the back. So whoever lives here gets to have a little planting action of their own if they're into hobbies. So I was enjoying all that. I also made a house for our mason, who on the porch back here has his stone cutter. And he's been really great because I've been able to take some of the emeralds I get from the farmers and trade them with him to get bricks and some other materials that are kind of annoying to get on your own. So I love his house. And since he's our mason, I gave him a lot of stone detail in there. So I used some chiseled. And this house I just love. This was one of my favorite things so far that we've built. It's a little quirkier looking than the other ones. There's a lot of mix of texture, and it's the home for our clerics. So if we go inside, it's not, not too crazy here, but if we just go in, we get all this pop of color. It's very like Willy Wonka, very mad scientist lab feel. I just kind of love it. I put so much detail into this, and it's actually a really useful area too because we get all of our netherwort here. I have a little mini farm here so you can replant it, and that's what we need for some potions. And here's all of our potion materials we need. And I even have some potions already, which we get from adding things into the brewing stands. And I made some little like bubbly water there. And it has a loft, so the clerics can even sleep here. So I just love it. And I grew vines. There's so many things, like maybe they use clippings of these for their potions. It was really, really fun to add a lot of lore into this area here. So fun. And here's two more of our puppies. We have Shar and Mads. I also made these two houses really recently, and I really like them. This one has a little backyard area, and I love the detail. I added some of the dried kelp block like we have in the Fisher houses, and it's really small. It's not really like where I'm gonna live. Of course, we're gonna make a better house, but this one I really loved. I found what I think was a nice way to use end stone. Another thing about my texture pack is if you put two blocks next to each other, sometimes they absorb the look. So some of this is actually regular brick, like these, but it made the end stone, which is usually bigger circles like that, into the brick pattern. And I thought it looked really nice. And I got to use end stone for the first time in a build ever. But I just made a little kitchen area back there, and a little upstairs, a little loft to look down. It's so fun making all the houses a little different. Just give them all their own charm and character. And I also really like, I don't know if I showed it well, but the side of the house here, put a lot of detail into that, and I really like that. This building here is one of my favorites too. This took me 2 episodes to make, and a lot of practice building in the creative world and tweaking and adjusting, and I'm still kind of going through and tweaking it every once in a while, to be honest. And I haven't even added all the details inside yet, but this is our library, and I'm so proud of this because not only is it just a big building, but kind of like Mendy, I moved a bunch of villagers in here. So this is just full of librarians, and I've decked them out to all give me the best trades for enchantments. So that way I can kind of make all my armor. And why are you in here? That's a cleric. You don't need to be in here. Maybe he's researching some potions. But I can get all the best trades from these guys, so if I ever break or lose my armor or tools, I can already get the most like OP stuff right away. And I'm really happy about it. But now let's really look at the building. So I threw in a ton of bookshelves, as you can see. These all came from the stronghold I found a few episodes ago, before I fought the Ender Dragon. So I didn't have to make them all, which was really lucky. And for now, this isn't finished, but don't mind all the cats. I thought there would be kind of like a cat cafe / library. But I need to make a nice courtyard back here because the wall's behind it, and I didn't want to put it right up against the wall, so I thought it'd be nice here. This is a little bit of how it's going to look, just very simple. I might make some awnings and things like that. But here we have chairs so people can study. And if we come up, it's more of a quiet area. Like we have some couches, a little love seat and chair here if you want to read a book for pleasure. And then I've gone even further, and up top we have a balcony for a little rooftop outdoor action, and we can see over the town and the wall. From here it looks so nice, and the path really ties it all together. Oh, there's a cat down there. I want that cat. Hi, kitty. Do I have fish? No. Okay, he's gonna go away. Anyway, there's one on the other side too. And something really special about the build that kind of came organically was that I put purple stained glass, and you can see we're kind of in the middle of a heart, which we'll be able to see when we fly from the top. But I thought it was like really, really cute to just put a little heart. It's almost like an Easter egg. You don't really see it from down below, but we know it's there, and I love hearts, so that makes me really happy. And I'm so proud of this build and getting all the villagers in and getting them to be OP. And I used the purple and pink terracotta because the mason sells those at his top level. So I thought it was kind of fun to add him into the inspiration of why we chose those colors. Like he helped me build it, or he supplied me the materials. which, I mean, he literally did. So I love all this area so much. I think it looks great. And this took so long, all these details, putting in the path, making it cohesive, having little details like balconies, porches, planters up here, which I never put a flower in there, so I need to do that. But I say we keep going. This area is also really empty, but this is where I want the village to keep expanding to. I was thinking I would love the villagers to have their own kind of farmland and farm area where they can be out and about. Maybe there will be like some stables and some animal pens, things like that. So that's what all of this area is kind of for. And there's going to be some more villager specialty buildings like a blacksmith, and I want to really have buildings for all the villagers so I can trade with every type and really get the full benefit of everything. Before we look at and inside all those buildings there, I did want to show you guys something that kind of came about by accident, because I thought I would find a mob spawner in this game early on, but I didn't. So I made my own here, and it actually works pretty well. I lit up a lot of the area around here, so a lot of mobs spawn up this tunnel here, and when they fall down, I can just one-hit them. See? So it works pretty well, and I collect all the things in the chests here because there's hoppers under some slabs. So it's pretty effective, I have to say. Gets me what I need. And it's disguised in this like beautiful cliff face, which I love. I did all this, these waterfalls. I had to really plan out where all these blocks were so the water didn't spill everywhere, which it did at first, of course, because I didn't know what I was doing. But I added flowers, vines, leaves, all these nice details here. I really like it, and it hides a mob farm, so that's pretty sweet, I have to say. So this area looks really empty right now, but it is kind of 3 important farms that we have. Kind of 4. But the first one here is a little bamboo farm, and it's not lossless, obviously, because some of it gets stuck on there, but honestly, you'll see how much I have. It's like, there, one went in the water, you could see, and then it gets transported down that little water stream. But I just like how I made it look. It's really cute. You can really, it's like framed by bamboo, and there's a little bit of bamboo on the top, like hair almost. I thought it was really cute. And then here is our pumpkin melon farm, which is also not lossless, but it's the lossless ones are like really insane to make. And maybe I'll make one eventually, but I thought this was enough. And we can see how many I got. I kind of emptied it recently, but it's really cute, and I put pumpkins and melons in the roof, which I thought was really fun. Actually, why don't we come up here a little bit so you can see in the roof. I added pumpkins and melons. It looks adorable. There we go. I'll let you enjoy it. Cinematic. Good. And then if we do one more little rocket, we can kind of see the windmill. I love it. And we land on top of it. I love it so much. It's really fun that I got to use some of the nether blocks, I think, that I haven't gotten to use before. So I used I always forget what it's called. I think it's warped stem, and I stripped it so it has this really pretty blue. And this is our sugarcane farm, which of course we use to make a lot of paper to trade to the librarians and get lots of emeralds. But I just love it. Up here we have a whole apparatus for this. Actually, I wonder if we could try to see it, because it's one of those things you're not really ever going to see, but I wanted to make it look really legit. So if we just come here on top, I also love this roof, by the way. But in here, you can see I made like gears, and the thing, like when it gets turned, it would rotate the gears, and that's how we get a little power for the windmill. I don't know, it made sense to me. And we got the blades here, which were scary to make, but we got there. And more rows of sugarcane farms. They're here and below, this way. And it goes even further down. So this is what I wanted to show you. As you saw from the bamboo, it got pushed into the water stream. So does all of that sugarcane here. I've emptied it recently, but that's, it made a lot pretty quickly. Here's our bamboo that comes from that water stream, and the pumpkins and melons come from here. So we have all that. That's a pretty decent amount. I'm gonna take them. That's going to be good for trading with those villagers. Let's try to get a little view from over here as well, just to really see. And all those sunflowers I put in on my own too, because I thought it'd be really pretty to have them kind of like pop on that hill and kind of frame the windmill, which I just love. And I love this roof here with the pumpkins and melons. I love our area here with hiding our mob farm. So this was really a lot of work. I've done so much work, but it's so worth it. I think everything looks so beautiful, and I love how different all my houses are so far. Like, we have a lot of eclectic vibes going on. I don't really think I've nailed down a style quite yet, but I'm just really happy with everything, and I think it looks nice. And I think we should fly around once too. Really take it in. Let's check our heart on the library. Whee! Yeah, that looks so nice. We can fly over our farming area here, our starter house, the shack. Everything looks so good. I'm so happy with how this is. Let's land up here. And one more thing I wanted to show you guys today was something new. I wanted to make a little message board where I could get ideas from you guys in the comments about what to make next, like a little to-do list almost. And I thought if anyone had ideas or suggestions about things to fix, or even in-game things you wanted to see me do, we could put it up here and check them off one by one. And I put one first, which is be better at editing. I know it's not necessarily in-game, but this whole experience has really taught me a lot about editing, which has been exciting for me. The skills involved with cutting the video together, figuring out what is necessary, what's unnecessary, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really liking that, and it's really giving me a great outlook on a lot of things, I think, in thinking about how I communicate, how I think in my head, all that kind of stuff. So I hope I can continue to improve on that. If you guys like the video, please like it in the comments, right? You can put a little thumb up, and you can leave me a comment, even if it's just, something for me to think about in the future. Or let me know what buildings you liked the most on the tour. That would be really fun too, to kind of get a sense of what everybody likes. So I really hope I'll see you in episode 26. We're doing so much, but at the same time, we're just getting started. So see you soon. Bye-bye.